Hello and welcome back to Fishing Detroit. This is Tony Morgan, and today we're going to talk a little bit about spooling line on a reel. I'm going to be using a baitcaster for this particular demonstration, and while we got a lot of downtime, if you want to call it that, because of the weather change up north in Michigan and things like that, it's a lot cooler, so I'm fishing quite as much as I normally would. So I'm taking the time to do a few extra things like finding fishing gear that's on sale, baits and tackle, all of that different kind of stuff. So I'm just doing a lot of that. And one of the things that I've been looking at for a while is getting me a new line spooler. And I saw this one by Piscifun for a while on, I think it was on Amazon. Yep, it was on Amazon. And I hesitated about buying it because I wanted to read some reviews on it and different things like that. And lo and behold, a good friend of mine bought me one as an early Christmas gift. So I'm going to test it out and see what we can do with it. See if we can put it together and see how easy it is to spool line on a reel, because when you're out by yourself doing a lot of fishing, this can really come in handy as far as changing the line on a reel. If you want to do that real quick, you can just spool it on, and from what I've seen, it's pretty easy to set up and put it together. So let's give it a shot and see what we can do. So everything is already in place. This is the where I'm going to put the baitcaster on, just like a regular rod. Put that on there, and I'm going to clamp the fishing line on here, and then we're going to tighten everything up so that everything stays nice and smooth and tight. And we're going to roll it on and see what we come up with. So let's first put the baitcaster on. Let me give it a little bit of space so I can put that on. I already put a little bit of line on the reel just so it'll be easier to put it together. So I'm gonna tighten up the rod, the reel right now. Make sure that that's nice and tight. Okay, so as you can see, we got that on there. It's nice and tight. Looks pretty good. So we're gonna put that together. Like I said, got a little bit of line on it. So now we're gonna get the reel put on, create a little bit of tension so there's a nice tight drag. I've already tightened up my drag on my baitcaster. So just putting these together, these little loops here, snaps into place. Got those nice in place. Now I'm going to tighten this up, and I'm going to tighten this so it stays in place. And I'm just going to tighten up the line just a little bit so we have a nice tension on it. I want to make sure everything is nice and tight. And this is what we're looking at. This is what you have right now. Just straighten this up just a little bit, just to make it look nice and smooth and even. There we go. So that's what we have right now. This is the way it's looking, and we're just gonna got everything nice and tight, and we're just gonna smooth the line on nice and tight, and it looks like it's going on pretty good. This is great to have because you don't have to have someone else to hold the line for you with a pencil or anything like that, so you can spool your line on. So this, you can see it's going on nice and smooth. So we're just gonna spool some line on the reel, and as you can see, it's staying on the cylinder pretty nice and smooth. It's not falling off or anything like that. So we can just spool as much line as we want on the reel. Like it's going on pretty good from side to side. That's what you want to see. And make sure that it's nice and tight on the line going onto the baitcaster. And you don't want to overfill the line. You just want to put enough on there so that everything is working good. You don't have to worry about getting a bird's nest, and castability and everything is nice and smooth. So this looks like it's putting it on pretty good, nice and smooth. This is really going to come in handy when it's time to just put fresh line on all of my reels, and whether it be a baitcaster or a spinning reel, this will make it a lot easier and quicker to put everything on. Okay, I wanted to just come back for a quick moment and just show you how this wonderful tool here, the Piscifun line spooler, works with filming, or talking about filming, with spooling line on a spinning reel. Just the same setup. Make sure that you have everything locked into place. Make sure this part is nice and tight, and you want to have this part loose so that the swivel spins around while you're loading the line on the reel, so you can see how it's spinning, and that's making sure that it's going on the line, and you can see that it's going on pretty good there. Get in a little bit closer so you can take a look at it, and just spool it on nice and smooth, nice and easy. It's definitely if you want to call it a lifesaver in a quick situation where you want to just add some more line to your reel. If you get tangled up or something and want to just take some old line out and put some fresh new line on, this saves you so much time, and it makes it so much easier and smoother to put it on. And it makes such a huge difference with using some of the older different types of line spoolers that you can use, but this one is really smooth. It's really easy. It's just like holding a fishing rod and just spooling your line on, and you can do this almost anywhere. If you're out on the boat fishing, or if you're on the bank fishing and you want to spool up a new reel or put some fresh line on, you can just pop this baby on real quick and you're good to go. Just tighten up everything, make sure that everything is nice and secure, and as you see, it doesn't really fall off at all. And it's nice smooth turn, and we're just loading some braided line right now that I'm using, J-braid line that I'm putting on my Abu Garcia Silver Max, not Silver Max, but Black Max. So we can get ready to get out and try a little bit, see if we can get some fishing done. But I just want to show you spooling it on a spinning reel, just like putting it on the bait caster. That looks pretty good there. I put just a little bit more on there. And there you have it. Just that simple. Really handy tool, really handy device that can make spooling line onto your reel so much easier. Actually, it's a little bit of fun putting it together like this. So again, I give it a 10. It's definitely worth the money. Got it on sale.